Good evening, everyone. As soon as some people pop on here, hopefully everyone can hear me. Uh, First couple people that jump on here, please let me know if you can hear me. I'm uh, I'm visiting John and Jessica down here in Andalusia, and I'm out here in the Slab Shack, a bus that they have for sale. It's nice and quiet out here and cool, and John gave me a chance to come out here and man, it's quiet out there. It's cool. I turned the air conditioner on, so. But as soon as the people jump on here, I will go into some details, man. Y'all, please let me know that you can hear me. I want to thank everybody that jumps on here, guys. I appreciate y'all. Uh, Black Belt Hunting Fish Report is sponsored by Rayco Industrial. I appreciate them. They're an employer of mine. And if you can use any of our services, please let me know. Get in contact with me. Y'all let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Jolly, hope you can hear me, buddy. I'm out here, like I said, I'm visiting John and Jessica, my podcast partners. There you go, down here in Andalusia, and I'm out in their bus. Got the air conditioner running. They're selling this bus, by the way. It's a '97 International. It's got generators. It's set up to camp in, guys. It's I can kind of scroll back there. Big bed in the back. Bunk beds right there. Great air conditioner. Cool little rig. They're selling it for $13,500. So I figured I'd put it out there, and since I'm out here in it, got brand new tires. They're trying to. The only reason they're selling it, they're trying to go to a camper where they can pull. John can pull the camper and the boat. So, anyway, I was going to tell y'all where I'm at. It's nice and cool in here. I actually turned this air conditioner off where y'all can hear me. But I appreciate everybody. I know that Travis and his partner won the jugging contest down there out of Roland Cooper. And Joe Dunn and Kevin Sims, they come in second. I don't know what weight they had. I didn't see anybody post anything, but I know that Travis and his partner won. So congratulations to them. So we'll go into – I seen a bunch of jugs, some long line jugs out on the main river while I was down there fishing. Me and Corbin and his granddad, we fished Saturday at Miller's Ferry. Then Mark and Alex Seeley, they went with me Sunday. We'll be talking about that. Tell you what fish I found and all that good stuff. And, let you know that how I learned something from Saturday into Sunday. We'll go a little over that and share some pictures. And y'all be sure to tune in tomorrow night. Shiloh and Tim's going to come back on. John's going to be, him and Ray's going to Del Hollow, and they staying at Ray's camp. They don't have real good service, so Tim and Shiloh's going to step in, and we're going to go over some side scan stuff and go down the rabbit hole a little bit on that. But I appreciate John and Jessica letting me use this bus. If you're interested in this bus, let me know. You can look on John and Jessica's Facebook, and you can see this thing's for sale. If you like to camp and don't want to get too involved and want to drive to a camp and all that stuff, this bus is set up, but it's nice and cool in here. Good evening, Carlton. I appreciate you tuning in, buddy. Let's go over some stuff. I don't think Maddie and them's got anything coming up, not till July, so I don't want to miss that opportunity. I know some Private South and Jeremy Bass them's got some solo stuff and some different launches, but I guess I can go over the weather. I was just looking it up. It really doesn't. It's not changing. Now you got a chance of rain every weekend, for sure. It gets so darn hot. But I'll look up the weather for Camden. I looked it up. It was going to be in the 90s. Light and variable winds Saturday and a chance of thunderstorms Sunday. But it is going to be warm, guys. So hey, be sure to drink some water. Y'all got any questions? Like I said, Angela and Chris Crutchfield, appreciate y'all tuning in. If you really have any in-depth questions about the live scope or the side scan, just tune in to Crappie Cast. But I will try to answer them here if I need to. But I'll share some pictures. Mark and Alex, we caught some real nice fish Sunday. Saturday, when Corbin and his granddad went, we hit a lot of stuff, but he had clear blue skies, man. It was high pressure. I told John earlier that I think I was fishing too deep for those crappie. We were fishing 10 and 12, 13 foot deep, and I wasn't seeing the fish. And we caught like 15, kept a dozen. It was rough. And then Sunday, I approached a little different. We started out a little shallow, 6 to 8 foot, and actually seen some fish, the crappie running on the bottom. And I was like, I told John today while we were out fishing this evening that I said, there's some fish running and schooling, and I don't know if it's early for them to be in some brush piles, but it was kind of crazy. They were running, and we popped several of those, and I went to some timber, went to some stake beds, and I was going to share a picture that Shiloh sent to me. It's a great picture of some stake beds. People want to know what they look like on side scan. Where is it at? Let me find it. There it is, guys. You can see the fish sitting on the top of that stake bed. That's a great example of it. That one and that one, that's probably the same stake bed, but that is a great shot. Stake beds are really hard to see sometimes on your side scan. But I just wanted to share that while we was kind of getting into the crappie fishing. But hey, Greg, how you doing, buddy? But we ended up catching, I don't know how many fish we caught Sunday. We kept going after them, found some standing timber fish. Not a lot, just they were scattered out. Alex caught that real nice fish. 2 pound frame. I think it weighed like 160 something. It was a skinny fish, but hey, those fish are, I'm not going to say they're behind. They're just not set up. You know, these fish that John and I fished for this evening, they're moving. And they're getting out. Some of them, it's kind of weird how they haven't got out to their summer haunts yet. But hopefully they'll keep on and get set up where you can catch them. You just got to get out there in the heat and get your umbrella and all that good stuff. But I appreciate all y'all tuning in. But as far as crappie fishing in Miller's Ferry, it is still kind of not great, but you can still go out there and catch some fish. I think Mike Leckins is down there this evening. I spoke with him earlier. He's down there trying to catch a few. But it's just to me, I'm going to say they're a week or two behind down there, it seems like, because this time last year we were catching a lot of fish that just not set up, you know, in numbers, you know, 3 or 4 and running on the bottom like that. I mean, they go where they want to go, obviously, but they're slowly starting to get out there. Like I said, Sunday was a different day. We had some clouds. But hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy? But I'll share some more pictures of you guys. I mean, the side scan, like John and I were talking about earlier, a lot of people don't know what they're seeing because they're trying to wish fish into cover and structure, like we were talking about. And once you learn what you're looking at in side scan, it is blatantly obvious that it's fish. May not be the type of fish you're hunting, but you need to spend time on the water. And hey, Adam, how you doing, buddy? And just, you know, spend some time on the water. But I'll share these pictures, guys. Well, there's a lot of people tuned in on here. Kind of go over what you're looking at. That's a stake bed, of course. That's a live scope of a brush pile. Can't really see much on there, but there's a stake bed. These fish are out on the flat, guys, and you can see the shadows behind them. And you know, I was talking to John and Shiloh, and when you really zoom in on those fish, the crappie are shorter. They're not long like a bass. They're not shaped like a carp. But you can see those sitting there on that flat. They're just out there roaming around, maybe in between brush piles. Same way here. These shadows below these fish, they're just there's another brush pile, stake bed. There's some stumps that the fish are set up above. You can see them plain as day. Once you start seeing these, you can see them, guys. I mean, that's what you're looking for. I mean, if you're not seeing that, you're not seeing fish. So, I was going to share some more of those pictures with you. He sent me a bunch. You can see they're out on the flat too, or a ledge. You can see those fish, see the shape of them. I mean, John always says, you know, that they look like a dime, and that's the truth. I mean, a lot of them look like a dime, especially black crappie. The bigger crappie, like the white crappie right there, probably may be a white crappie, I'm assuming. It's kind of longer, but you can get so detailed. But y'all be sure to tune in tomorrow night, and they'll start explaining some. I wish John was going to be there also, but we'll have to get them on there again. They're going to go some real detail, and nobody's sharing this kind of information with you guys. You know, this black belt hunting fishing report, I kind of done it for the black belt. We're going to start adding. I got some people that's going to come in here and talk about hog hunting, tracking deer. Again, dove season, hunting season. We're going to start breaking it up so this show would get a little more variety than what Crappie Cast is. But tomorrow night, if you can make Crappie Cast, please tune in. David Prescott said he's having trouble on a live scope, no network found. Man, I've seen people have to undo the power of the black box, David, check fuse. Make sure you got a status light on your black box, David. I know that's a big thing. A lot of people undo the power from the unit itself, but man, that comes up a lot. But make sure you got a status light. Make sure you don't have a fuse that's worked itself out or got some corrosion on it. If it doesn't have power from that black box to your transducer, it's not going to recognize it. So that's the first few things I would check, David. Fuses, power. Make sure you got a status light on your black box. I think it's red, green. You'll see it's a little bitty light. So, yeah, it could be a voltage problem too. But make sure you just got power going to it, Dave. I got John inside there that we can pick his brain, but make sure you always got power. A guy called me the other day, David, and he was like, "Man, it says no network found," and it was his fuse was kind of worked out. It was crazy. He said he took it out, checked it, wasn't blown, put it back in there, and boom, his light scope come on. So it could be a lot of little stuff, and hopefully that's what it is. So, like I said, that if that's not it, Dave, hey, ask us tomorrow night. Maybe we can get to it and figure it out, man. I appreciate all y'all tuning in on here. Make sure I shared all the pictures I had. I said John and I caught some today. We went out. I had to visit a customer down here, Power South, and we went out and caught a bunch of eaters. And John had said those fish had moved. It was interesting. He was seeing them some brush piles, and they moved to some main lake stumps and stuff. So they're constantly moving, guys. Crappie are constantly moving. I'm sure catfish are too. They're through spawning. I'm sure they're catching them on the flats. Bass fishing, man, I'll be honest with you, nobody's told me nothing. They keep kind of tight-lipped, the bass fishermen guys do. So there you go. Jim Pentecost says, "Remove and replace your network cable." There you go. You know, check. Like I said, I've got a power cord at the house for a 12 or a 10 series. I need to give it to somebody. Brand new. It's sitting in my house. That reminded me when you said that. Power cord. But y'all ask some questions, or we'll keep this thing kind of going. And there you go. John and Jessica's tuned in inside. And there it goes. There's your question there, David. John and Jessica sitting inside work, watching it. And, what? I don't have a steer clear harness, Adam. I know some people that do. John, we went through and I put some real good wire, some marine grade wire in mine, Adam. I had some kind of, I'm not gonna say cheaper, but speaker type wire, and it got real brittle when it got hot from all that voltage. I put some better marine grade wire in mine, but that sea clear harness is great, but they're expensive. But it's great. I know I've changed all the wiring in my boat that's out here, but I know a lot of people that do use that sea clear harness. I know Wetumpka puts it in a lot of their boats. But yeah, don't go skimping on the wire, man, because I don't. That, like I said, that speaker looking wire, it was thin, and I was losing voltage. And John went back to the back of my boat and pulled it off the battery, and it was just brittle, crazy how brittle it was. But no, don't skimp on the wire. I've used. I've actually, if I didn't have my old boat, I had a short distance at them. I went to Harbor Freight and bought some cheap jumper cables, 6 gauge. And man, I paid $15 for them cheap jumper cables. Now I was only running it right there in the front, 6, 8 feet, 10 feet. So it wasn't great. So make sure you got good, clean power on your live scopes, always. Because they will give you a fit. You don't want to give you a fit when you're trying to catch fish with it at all. But sharing those pictures from Miller's Ferry right there. There's Mark and Alex. I was sharing those. We caught those Sunday. Had a great day. I went below the dam and caught some fish Saturday evening after I got my rear end kicked. I caught 20-something fish. Had a good time below Miller's Ferry Dam. those fish are still, they're subject to move on you also. But like I said, it's I was throwing monkey milk. That's what we caught most of them on. And when we went up in some of the creeks that had some stain, we threw some black chartreuse, threw some grape and chartreuse. Today we were throwing some gold and orange, and John was throwing monkey milk. So you got color in the water. It's nice to change up the contrast of the jig. Let's see. Michael said, I fished with a friend who had network issues, turned the sonar off at the console, and the LiveScope started working. Yeah. You never know, Michael. They're quirky, man. They're definitely quirky. I've done some crazy stuff with mine. I had to call John a few times for sure. We were down in Florida, and the AHRS was my screen was rocking. It was a brand new unit, and I had to turn the AHRS and manually adjust my pitch angle. I didn't know what the heck that was. John walked me through it, and I was about ready to rip that thing off. So, Jeff, yeah, man. To be honest, Jeff's asking if Cobb Landing's safe from theft. Let me tell you, knock on wood, I'm knocking on this table, guys. Man, in Miller's Ferry, Ellis Landing, Ellis and Bridgeport, they all got cameras on a lot of those floor landings. Never had nobody mess with anything down there, Jeff. I haven't lost in there at night. Don't get me wrong, but during the day, I have not. You can go up there and fish below the dam and get in that current. And when they're it's a sorry, guys. I had a phone call. I had to cut my phone off. It kicked me right off of here. That's the only bad thing about leaving my phone. I meant to put it in airplane mode. But I appreciate you guys staying on here. But no, Jeff, the Cobb's Landing it's pretty safe, man, as far as I know. I haven't had anything been nobody like. I know they have cameras on Bridgeport and Ellis, and those landings for sure. Never had anything bothered. I definitely wouldn't leave anything in the back of my truck or anything like that. But yeah, if you get a chance to go fishing below the dam, there's some crappie down there. I've caught them pretty good. Like I said, I caught them in Miller's Ferry. I talked to G. Offer today. He went out, said he caught a dozen or so, only caught a few keepers. Now, I don't know where he fished exactly, but the fish are moving, Jeff, and you just got to hopefully, be there when the crappie start biting. But, I think we're going to have some hog hunting talk about thermal hunting for hogs at night next Wednesday on here. I'm going to invite some guys, and they're going to talk about what the tactics they use, and Kool-Aid and corn and barrels with holes in it and that roll around. It's neat how those things are a nuisance, and they do a lot of damage to people's crops and stuff. And we're going to get some people on here and talk about that. Like I said, I'll get some people like Brian on here talk about catfishing, because then the trolling and the planer boards, he's fixing to really get into that. Michael also, but we're going to try to change it up on here and keep stuff going. But I'm not going to tie everybody up. It's Wednesday night. Everybody's got to eat dinner, including myself. Jessica's nice enough. She's cooking in there for us. Again, this bus is for sale that I'm in, 13.5. It is loaded to the gill. Solar panels, generators. John cranked it right up. Showed me how fast it cranks up. So if you're interested in it, give me a message. Message me, or message John. He's trying to get him a camper where he can pull his boat in his camper. So appreciate all y'all tuning in. It's going to be hot this weekend, guys. Be sure to run your umbrellas. Get you plenty of Gatorade and water. I'm going to get to fish Eufaula. I'll be giving a report from Lake Eufaula. I'll get to fish it Friday and Saturday. I will give you a report from it. Got some work clients going Friday. Some good friends of mine we do business with. And then we'll fish Saturday morning down there. I'll tell you what we caught them on, what we caught them in, and all that good stuff. That place is crazy. Miller's Ferry, if anybody catches any fish at Miller's Ferry, Tom Bigby, anyone in Black Belt, please send it to me where I can share it on this page. That's what we created it for. So, again, everybody have a nice night. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. We're going to talk about some crappie fishing, some bass, some catfishing, and so hopefully some hog hunting. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you. Tune in next Wednesday, 6 p.m.